Hey guys, we're down here at Waterfront, and we're going to recap this past week we had. It has been a fabulous fishing week.
It has.
And we've got two gentlemen here that fished the BFL, but first of all, we're going to talk about the Toyota Series that was here. Matt, did you hear anybody coming in on it?
Yeah, that was a good one. Those guys really caught them. Isaac Peavyhouse ended up winning. He had a great week, and a good friend of ours, Hayden Obar, almost pulled it out. He dropped
sure
a 28-pound bag on the final day. I thought he had it. I mean,
28 and a half.
28 and a half. Yeah, he cracked them.
He sure did. Yep. And the second day seemed like the day that was off for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but Guntersville has its moments, like any lake.
It's hard to pull three big bags off 3 days in a row,
Absolutely.
3 consecutive days.
Not only do you have the Toyota guys, you have all the local pressure as well, and all the out-of-towners that's here right now. I mean, it's a lot of people.
It's a good time to be at Guntersville.
It's a really good time to be at Guntersville.
And Isaac Peavyhouse is a winner.
Yep.
Hayden Obar come in second.
Correct.
Let's recap the run for the money because it come down to them two at the end.
It did. I think you had the results pulled up on your phone, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. Pretty much. Thing with Hayden is, like you said, day 2 is kind of the day that got everybody. He had 19 something that day, which is still a good bag, but he brings in 20 pounds that day. He won it.
Right.
Which his time is coming. But yeah, the total weight was Isaac Peavyhouse 73.13 for a 3-day total. Hayden Obar came in at 72.14. Then third was 70. 14. So overall, the lake did show that, which we knew it would.
Yes.
But don't let it fool you. These guys are good. The lake is amazing, but you have to time everything just right. A lot of people were running a lot of same areas, so it took a lot of skill, to line that stuff up, whether they were starting in the morning shallow, then going deep. A lot of the guys probably immediately went deep. So it took a lot of strategy to do well this week. So they earned it.
I'm telling you, the fish, they caught them all different ways from what I heard of.
It showed how versatile Guntersville is.
Yes, it is it's a good practice lake.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you had some guys that, probably spent their week offshore fishing. Then they got just so tired of everything, then they wound up going shallow with the frog and stuff and catching some good sacks.
Right, and I'm sure the forward facing come into play at some point.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't hear a whole lot about forward facing. I heard most of it was old-fashioned fishing.
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on, and there was a few big fish got caught scoping, but it's just the fish that seem to push off the stuff that we would have thrown a chatterbait or a crankbait on, and the guys that are really good with scope can see that.
Right.
Hayden being one of them.
Yes, he is.
There's something about those Hayden kids around here, the Marbets, the Obars.
If your first name's Hayden, you need to come to Guntersville.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, really. So it was good for those guys, but I was glad to see that it wasn't all a scope fest.
That's right. It was. Yep. It went back to the old power fishing and chunk wine.
Yep.
Yeah, really diverse tournament. It's always a good fresh reminder and everything.
It is. So it's still going on in Guntersville, right?
Right. You can catch them any way you want right now, really.
Right, exactly. And so I want to say one thing about Mr. Hayden Obar. If y'all don't know who he is, you need to look him up because he is one up and coming angler.
Yeah, he's on fire. I mean, he's a couple second place finishes this year. In the
third.
Three
second place Toyota Series finishes.
Hey, and third time's a charm. So next time, I think it might be a little different.
Exactly. So Where's the next Toyota?
I'm not sure. I know that's terrible. I haven't really followed along the schedule this year. But
it's on the tip of our tongue. We know where it is. We just got hit, but
we'll probably remember it for the podcast is over with.
We got an excuse. We're getting older. JD's he's young. He's supposed to remember these things.
See, I can't remember nothing. That's why these two young gentlemen sitting beside me, so they can fill in. Yeah. I can lose my train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
Where are we right now?
Waterfront. I had to stop and think because Goose Pond comes, GTO comes, Waterfront.
And we're somewhere.
We're number one.
That's it. We're number one.
I listen to that. A little competition going on. That's it.
Welcome to Waterfront Bay Cabin Rentals, located at 6989 Scottsboro Highway, right outside of Waterfront. You have a beautiful view of the wonderful Lake Guntersville. We have 2 rentals for you to choose from. You have our cabins, which is your bigger option. They have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, full living room, full dining room, and a full kitchen. Those come with 2 covered carports with power for boat hookup. Our second option is our cottages, which are like a little hotel room. They have 2 queen-size beds, 1 bathroom, and a little kitchenette that consists of a microwave, a coffee pot, and a mini fridge. These come with one covered carport for your boat hookup. Give us a call at 256-444-5017 with any questions and to see about availability. Thank you.
Then we had, right after the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of the Toyota Series, that's when they fished. And then came the BFL right behind it.
Yes, sir.
You two gentlemen fished it. JD, how'd your day go?
It went great. Not as good as Matt's. You know, he off the top, he beat me this time. He had a good 20.
Really?
What'd you have, 21, 22 pounds?
Yeah, right at 22.
So he called me. He said he had 30 coming in. So
You gotta mess with him.
He had me all bum puzzled. But no, congrats to Matt. Good job. And I'm happy with how I did too. I kind of had a different approach. You know, I knew throughout the week the lake received a ton of pressure. You also had the Food Land tournament going out of Down Lake the same day. So, you know, I was doing a lot of different things last week after work out there and found some different fish. But I wound up, you know, taking a left turn and you know, out of Goose Pond and figuring out a way to get bit and wound up, you know, getting in check range. So I had 17 something with a 6-pounder, but you know, I had fun.
Right, exactly. Did you catch a lot of fish?
I did. Well, probably only caught 10 fish Saturday, but they were all
quality.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But the way I was fishing wasn't for numbers; it was for bites.
Well, tell them how you was fishing.
Well, I was up shallow, you know, flipping, you know, mats. You know,
Okay, already.
Yeah.
Flipping
He's
mats.
being tight-lipped about that.
Yep,
You notice
he
that?
is.
Yeah.
He sure is.
I was junk fishing, but all braid, swim jig, frog, big weight, and did that all day long. And I told my co-angler, you know, I actually was going to go up there and then try to get a limit and then run back down.
Right.
But my first bite was a 6-pounder, and the wind was getting up. It was blowing straight up the river. So I looked at my co-angler and I said, we're going to do this all day. So about 10:30, I had a limit and did some coaling and just had fun. You know, I was really just trying to step in the points, you know, getting closer to the regional, and I knew that I wasn't on the fish to win. But man, I had a great time.
Well, how'd you do with your points?
I'm thinking I'm in 10th now. So
That's good.
Which, you know, what matters is the Logan Martin Regional. You know, getting the top 5 there takes you to All-American. So really nothing else matters until we get there. I'm about to start going down there pre-fishing, just trying to really figure that place out, because I'm just doing BFLs this year, keeping it real simple. So that's kind of the one goal of mine, is to do good in the regional.
Good. That sounds like a winner. What do we have here? Matt, how did you do?
You know, I caught everything dirt shallow, doing what I love on a chatterbait. I mean, if it wasn't for my power poles, I wouldn't have, or the Minn Kota Raptors, I would not have caught what I had, because everywhere I stopped, I had them down, and I fan casted. And basically, I would take that, whether it was a point of grass or a hole in the grass, and I would 45 it I'd make cast every few feet and just try to pick it apart. And I got a bunch of bites. I caught a bunch of fish. I probably caught 3 15-pound limits, but I just never had that big 6 to 7 pound bite, which is what you got to have on Guntersville.
Exactly.
Really, you need 2 of them.
Nowadays, 2, 3, 4. It just depends on how everybody's doing that day, because you can't.
And I really had to scrap everything because we knew the Food Land was coming out, so we couldn't go right out of Goose Pond. We were just going to run into a crowd, and I wanted to go fish offshore. That was just my game plan, but that went out the window at 7 o'clock.
So decisions are big in a tournament like that.
Absolutely, especially when you've got that many people, because the Food Land had 200 boats in it.
Right.
And they're coming from the other end of Guntersville, which most of the fish I had found in practice were down there offshore, and it just wasn't going to happen. You were not going to get on it.
You never did get to go down there and check them,
I
did
didn't. And so I scrapped it, and I just kind of went fishing, and I run into the group that I found, and I absolutely caught them. I mean, it was fun. It was one of the more fun days I've had on Guntersville in a long time. But there was still a lot of people there. I'm not going to say that I had more.
Right.
But you just kind of got to fish around people, and you're coming behind boats, and you don't know what they caught.
Right.
And
exactly.
You can be Kevin Van Dam and not know what's sitting in that grass mat. There's no way to know. You know, you may be 30 pounds in there may be 20. You don't know. So I got very fortunate that I had what I had.
Right. You had a good sack.
I did. I ain't going to complain about it. I take it every tournament, everywhere I go.
Well, let me tell you, 17 to 22 pound, that's good anywhere, I think.
That's a fun day on the lake.
And 17 to 22 ain't going to do a whole lot for you in Gunners.
And I'm back to calling Pat Kinnemer again. I caught a lot of fish, and not a single one of them had a blue tag in it, so I'm starting to question
I've been looking so hard. We're getting closer to July, you know, and I keep thinking, come on, one of them is going to have one.
Sure.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Well, since you brought that up, we've got Pat coming here after a while.
We do.
Good. We can
sure
interrogate him.
And y'all can get on him hard, because he deserves it. He can handle
Absolutely.
it. He can handle it. He's like me. He can handle anything you throw at him. He'll just grin and go on. But we've got a big situation coming up that we're going to have here in just a few minutes, probably around 11 o'clock. So y'all look forward to seeing it. It's a big deal for Mr. Luke Kyle.
That's a pretty awesome deal.
It is. And that's what brings to the fact that Bass Cash Bash is real.
That thing is legitimate. And if you don't sign up every year, you're crazy, and you got to buy the T-shirt bonus. And we get a lot of people still that say, I don't want the T-shirt. Well, the T-shirt gets you more than just a T-shirt. You know, all the tags that they have left in this lake over the years that have never gotten caught. Well, that T-shirt gets you that $500 and that prize pack.
Well, we've had this year a 2020 tag, a 2022 tag, and I know some 23s. And so that got them $500.
Yeah.
I mean,
extra $20 for $500.
Exactly.
The math is mathing to me. I mean,
and speaking of the math, and like I said, you know, because I've not been that lucky got to catch one yet, but I have been signing up because you can go a long time without catching one, and then be the guy that catches the trucker boat.
Exactly.
So if you catch one out of so many years, you still will break even on it, and it's still worth it.
That's exactly right. And Pat does a fantastic job.
Well, we've got a friend that's caught 2 of them this year. Owen McGlasson.
Yes,
Really?
he has.
2.
Yep.
Not just one. He's got 2.
Yep. He caught a $500 tag and a $1,500
Wow.
tag, guys. And now he fishes every day,
Every day.
and he'll tell you. And he catches a lot of fish.
Yeah, he does.
And they're not real big fish that's tagged. The ones that's tagged is maybe 2 pounds.
That's the ones that Pat tags the most of. They're
Right.
going to bite again. He's not tagging the 8-pounders that don't ever get caught. It's the 2 and 3-pounders.
That's exactly right. So, guys, there's a truck out there. There was a boat out there, but it has been caught. And so we're going to do the giveaway for the boat. I'll just go ahead and tell you. We're going to do the giveaway for the boat here at Waterfront here about 11 o'clock. Mr. Luke Kyle is the one that caught it, and he was without a boat when he went in.
Fishing ABT.
Fishing ABT. He did not have a boat, and he caught the tag in the ABT tournament.
Yep.
And so, everything works out for a reason, and Luke is he's just as humble as they come. And so tell them, JD, what you would go out there and fish. I know it's deep to shallow. If you want to go and just catch fish and try to get a tag fish, what would you do?
Man, honestly, if you want to go out there and just get a tag fish, I mean, there's still so many fish shallow. I mean, there's a lot of brim that are spawning. We're just now coming off of a shad spawn. You might even I haven't been waking up early enough in the morning to get out there and really find it.
At least
I'll
he's
be honest
honest.
with you. But
That's right.
they're there. There's plenty of fish shallow. Like Matt said, holes in the grass. I mean, if I was going fishing and just want to catch tag fish, I would probably want to fish around one of the more popular launches. Any one of them where there's been tournaments, that release fish.
Right.
Just get on, your nearest grass edges because there's some decent patches of grass or decent contours around about every ramp. Whether it's a hump or a ditch, and just kind of get out there and throw you a Texas rig, whether it's a crawl or wacky rig you a pig stick, something like that, and I mean, you'll always catch one.
And
That's
go
what
away.
I've been trying. And
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. Trying to catch tag fish has led me to catching a bunch of fish.
Right.
So, because, when you're in them high percentage areas where fish are getting released, and
Right.
odds are maybe one's been tagged there before.
Well, that's my kind of fishing because I don't want to go and fish for 5 bites. That gets old. I'm
You're
ready to
right.
go home.
I love
want to
it. I
go
love
and
it.
fish for 55
Yeah.
bites.
Absolutely.
That's what I like. So that's what this Bass Cash Bash is all about.
Absolutely.
Now, what would you do, man?
Well, first things first, you got to stop at Waterfront, get yourself a burrito. You put in here and you fish towards Goose Pond. And when you get to Goose Pond, I'm throwing a chatterbait all day.
How you make it to Goose Pond with a burrito in you from here?
Oh, well, it's talent.
Because
But
I can't.
I didn't have no coffee.
But props.
You can't drink the coffee. But no, if you take a chatterbait right now and you run some of these bars in 6 to 8 foot of water, you're going to catch a bunch of fish. And from here to Goose Pond, to me, seems like the majority of the numbers.
Okay.
But once you get to Goose Pond, you can go over there and get yourself some ice cream.
There you
And
go.
that's the key to all of it. You got to get the
We
ice
just
cream.
got the ice cream up Tuesday. Jana did, not we.
Right.
Jana just got it up and running Tuesday. We're going to check it out again today, and there's going to be something coming out on that. Mr. Micah's going to taste it for us. He's going to be our taste tester today. So we may not have any left, but I bet we do.
Well, we were actually just talking about this. Me and JD decided that we didn't think you could fire us both if we both took a union break and went over there and got ice cream. So,
We had a union break this morning.
we did have a union
When
break.
I just walked in.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole union, everybody we had working for us was in the
Who's in charge of
dining
this
room.
union?
Not me.
Nah, me neither. Wasn't even invited to that
I'm
party.
gonna have to talk to John about the union.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say Mike's the chef of the union, so he's probably in charge. But like I said, it's a real productive breakfast session. where
You were part of the union break.
I am.
I think that
That's what I'm talking about.
Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
I need to elaborate on this. I don't know if it's so much of a union as it was the Mean Girls party that we wasn't invited to.
That's right. Exactly. The bad boys. You know, you
Yeah.
got the good old boys, you got the bad
Yeah.
boys.
That's it. Carl.
Yep. Carl the hammer now. When it comes to that, he's got the words. His words just
I
come
can
out.
see Carl from here right now, and he's waving at us.
Yeah.
Really big.
I bet he's waving big time. He's listening to every word we say.
Every
too.
word.
That's it. But we have a lot of fun down here at Waterfront. But
sure
let me
do.
tell you, me and Jana cannot appreciate the folks that we have working for us. We can't tell you how proud we are to have the people that we have in place here. Y'all are fantastic.
We appreciate
y'all make the wheel turn.
It's
so-
JD that keeps us in line. I got to be honest here. JD is the master of tackle
There he
for
is.
everything that you have on this shelf. JD knows where every single piece of it is
That's
and where it's at in the back.
Good, JD.
What he does amazes me, and I don't know how he stores all this information in that head. Plus
Right.
the fishing knowledge.
It takes being crazy,
Oh, you ain't crazy. You're straight.
but I enjoy it. It's a blessing to be here. I mean, waking up and going to work, but then rethinking and like, well, I'm going to work, but I'm also going to talk about fishing all day.
Right.
And the problem is the more tackle you stock, the more tackle winds up in your own tackle box because you got to have it. So it's a mind game of like understanding, hey, we're here to get what people need wherever they come
Right.
from. So I just enjoy it. It's always something fresh. Never know who's gonna walk in that door.
If you're local,
really
just
don't.
learning, or you're a avid angler, whatever you are, out of stater, y'all come and talk to Matt and JD. They'll
Yeah.
be glad to put you on the fish.
Yeah, we're here to help you. I mean, we're here just to basically give you some general information, and refer you to the baits that are currently working. And if you decide that hey, you need extra help, then we can refer you to
Right.
people that might take you fishing.
Right. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. So we've got a lot of the answers that all of y'all desire and want, and they're truthful. I promise you, these guys are truthful. They give out what they need to give out.
We're not
and,
going to hold it back. I mean, just like how he was catching on the frog and flipping the other day, and me on the chatterbait. The chatterbait bite is strong right now.
Right.
Like now is the time to come to Gunnersville and catch numbers.
What trailer are you using?
Zaco. Yamamoto Zaco. Yeah, you can use like the missile baits or the Hog Farmer Spunk Shad, but I like that Zaco. That just seems to be the ticket. And color comes into factor at times, but I've usually got 3 rigged up because each day is going to be a little bit different.
I got you.
So
I got you. Well, that sounds like everything in a nutshell, and sounds to me like, guys, if y'all want to come to Gunnersville and catch them, come and fish what you fish wherever you're at, because the bass is no different than what they are there. Talk to JD, Matt, find out the depth. Right now, it's from 1 foot to 20 foot and anywhere in between, but they will pinpoint some areas for y'all. And fish for what you have confidence in is what I'm trying to say.
absolutely do what you're good at. It will work here. The only thing that changes is we've got grass, and I tell people this all the time. If you look at a map, forget that the grass is here. You've still got your same contour lines.
Right.
If you're running contour lines, you're going to run into the grass where it comes onto a point, and that's the easiest way to break down Gunnersville. Forget, because the grass can be overwhelming.
Yes, it
but you've
is
still
overwhelming.
got contour lines.
And the size of the lake can be overwhelming.
It
When
can.
you get out there in a little bitty boat and you look around and there's acres of
Yeah.
water.
And
And,
the number one thing I tell people is because they'll like what you just said, how big the lake is.
Mm-hmm.
The lake, I mean, obviously there's parts where tournaments are getting won, but the whole lake has the potential, has equal potential. So like when people, it's their first time here and they're going out by themselves, I recommend put in at one ramp and stay in that one area all day.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you'll find you'll find the little deal going on in that one area, and it could be different, say from Seabold to North Saudi, obviously. But if you pick one area and dedicate to it, it'll teach you so much to be able the next day to go pattern other parts of the lake.
in that area.
That's right.
There you go, because the areas can change. It's like fishing 3 different lakes here.
Literally.
If you go down to the south end and
Yeah.
go to waterfront and then go to Goose Pond.
Right. Right now, fish are moving so much. You could be on a deep spot, and not catch them. Leave 30 minutes later, another guy pulls up, has 25 pounds. So
Right.
just got to
Exactly.
be consistent.
Well,
We got a comment that just came in and says, JD has helped me a lot this week. Me and my wife are down on our honeymoon, and he's been awesome. That's Tanner Tate. He's
Yeah.
from Virginia.
Well, thank you, Tanner.
Well,
I remember
Tanner.
talking to you the other day. So awesome, dude. Hope you're still catching
He
it.
doesn't forget anything either. That's the
No,
other part. It's
exactly.
It's a memory bank up there.
You got that
I
shot
tell you,
right.
there are times I'm human. There are times where I forget names, but when I see a face walking here, I instantly everything in my mind from seeing them last time it pops into play.
And it's fun, ain't it,
It,
JD?
it keeps it fresh, keeps it fun,
does.
always.
It does. Tanner, thank you so
Thank you,
much
Tanner.
for commenting on that. And we really appreciate you coming down here and spending time with us. And but JD, we're fixing to close it out. We're waiting on the boat winter to get by here, and we're going to do a little episode on it. So close us out.
Guys, come see us at Waterfront for all your bait and tackle needs. And remember, it's always good to be a good old boy.
That's exactly, Matt.
I like it. He said it best. How about it?
Put it right there, baby. Hey, just remember, at GTO, you're going to get the hospitality, and we love you. Y'all have a great day.